It is a critical demographic to capture. After all, women are more than half the electorate, and with much of President Obama's large lead among women seeming to evaporate over the last month, still a group very much up for grabs. So let's bring in our CNN contributors. We have Eric Erickson. He is the editor-in-chief of RedState.com, and Maria Cardona is a former senior advisor to Hillary Clinton. Before I get into politics here, I understand, Eric, you've got some homemade monkey bread in the oven. You're tweeting that out?
Absolutely.
Are we keeping you?
We don't want to let it burn.
No, we certainly don't. So we'll try to do this quickly. I'm going to start with Maria, though. Maria, there's a sense that Romney had gained women in the first debate. We talked about those two polls, the Gallup poll, the Pew poll, and we're waiting for some good post-debate polls to see exactly where we stand now. Women made up 53% of the electorate in 2008. This is a really important fight right now for President Obama, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's critical, Zoraida. And again, I'll say about these polls what I've said before is that I don't believe that the gender gap is completely closed, but I hope that President Obama is running as if he is 5 points behind, because that will continue to make him underscore his message that is, in fact, his policies that will help women continue to do better in this economy. Look, President's created more than 5 million jobs, a lot of them for women. The unemployment rate has gone under now 8%. A lot of that is helping women. And while Republicans like to derisively call the women's issues in terms of what Democrats focus on, women's health care is a huge economic issue for women. Romney wants to repeal Obamacare, which would take away preventive services for women, cancer screenings, breast cancer screenings, and all of those issues do affect women's pocketbooks. And then you have Romney's binders for women, which underscore his lack of understanding of the whole issue. And then I'll just end it with, he still can't even say whether he supports the Equal Pay for Equal Work Act that President Obama signed into law. I think that really underscores where he stands with women, and it's not a pretty picture.
Eric, I want to talk about that equal pay for women. It was something that Romney did not answer during that debate. Do you think that that's going to hurt him with women?
Oh, Lord, no. There are such bigger issues. I mean, the president pays women on his staff 18% less than the men on his staff. It's a non-issue. And, in fact, the statistic the lady gave in the question was actually wrong.
Let's talk about the binders of women, because there's a lot of traction on those. Actually, it was 4 words. It wasn't Romney who ordered them. It actually came from Massachusetts Government Appointments Project, MassGap as it's known. In a statement, the group said they approached the Romney campaign and his challenger before Romney won the gubernatorial election. And it's up there on the screen. It says, prior to 2002 gubernatorial election, MassGap approached the campaigns of candidates Shannon O'Brien and Mitt Romney and asked them both to commit to make best efforts to ensure that the number of women in appointed state positions is proportionate. Romney said last night, I went to a number of women's groups. Were those statements untrue?
No, they weren't untrue. Romney did go to a number of women's groups. He also went to a number of his staffers to reach out to people. This one group has come out. Interestingly, with the Democratic Party, it seems, the Democrats are pushing this meme out there that he somehow was lying about this. No, he went to a number of groups.
Well,
Look,
but it's because of the choice of words. It's what he said. Isn't it, Eric? It's what he said. He said that he actually requested this. And what we're finding out is that he did not request it.
No. Listen to what you're saying. You're saying that he didn't request it from this group. Mitt Romney never said which groups he requested it from. But, I mean, seriously, CNN is going to focus on these 4 words over everything else. I mean, even the other networks this morning are laughing about this comment, saying it's unserious. And I think 19 days before the election, focusing on a binder full of women as opposed to the unemployed and opposed to the other data, it seems like such a silly issue to focus on right now. But if you want to, Mitt Romney said he went to groups. He didn't name the group. There were other groups, and the facts speak for themselves. He had a female lieutenant governor. He had more female cabinet members than any governor prior to him. Do we really want to go there?
Okay, so let's talk about Romney's record of hiring women to senior-level position during his 4 years. It was actually worse than his predecessor. Here's what local Boston Phoenix reporter told Anderson Cooper last night. Let's listen.
There were also some other issues aside from just those appointees. There were issues raised about his judicial appointees. 17 of his first 19 judge appointments were men, and then after some unfavorable press about that, he began appointing more women. Certainly some of the most important positions, the people in charge of budget and transportation and business development, the ones that he was most concerned about, mostly went to men, and mostly to men who he had dealt with in his business career.
So, Eric, is that going to haunt Romney?
But his cabinet was majority women. No, it's not going to harm Romney. This is such a nonsensical issue 19 days before the election. I mean, if the Democrats want to play here, it suggests that they're trying to rally their base. They've given up on independent voters. And in fact, the polling suggests it. Look at CNN's own poll after the debate. Romney did better with women. And while Obama won overall on the superficial line, Romney won with women and with men on who can better fix the economy, who can better put people back to work, who's a better leader, who can fix health care. Romney won all those things.
Marie, I'm going to give you the final word here.
But I think what's important to note is what Eric said at the very beginning, which he even pushed aside the importance of equal pay for equal work. I think independent women would have a real problem with that. And let's talk about Romney's record. The amount of women in his administration, again, declined while he was governor. And is it really possible that in 20 years of work in the corporate world, he didn't run into any qualified women? That speaks volumes about the importance that he places on diversity of gender, I think diversity of any kind, and I think that's going to hurt him.
All right, Maria Cardona, Eric Erickson, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it, and good luck with the monkey bread, Eric.
Absolutely.